Hello, my friends in cyber world. How are you today? It's Trish Carr with another episode of Be Real, Get Real with Women's Prosperity Network. And oh my gosh, I'm so excited to have with me Irina Portnova, who is a manifestation star.
Woohoo!
This woman knows how to manifest, and you want to listen to her story because, oh my goodness, this show is all about finding out about the people behind the business. So Irina is an amazing manifest teacher, coach, strategist. She shows people to use the powers that are right here in front of us to turn whatever it is we want into what we have. And she was in corporate America for 20 years and always looking for her purpose and her passion. She knew it wasn't where she was supposed to be. And wait till you hear this story. Oh my goodness. Talk about a 180 turn from where you were. And when she found her passion, when she found that she can manifest what she wants, she's now on a mission to make that happen for you so that you can have it too. Irina, welcome. I'm so happy to have you with me today. How are you?
And thank you for such a beautiful and warm introduction. I feel like a star.
You are a star. You are a star. And you are the epitome of what I like to talk about on this show because you're a real woman. Like you are so real. And I love that about you, Irina. There's no facade. You are who you are. And the who you are is beautiful. So I'm so glad that you're going to share your journey, your ups and downs, your transformations, because we all go through it. And the more that we can hear that A, we're not alone, and B, what got you through it helps me get through it. Plus, I learn about the woman who is behind the business. And isn't it true? It's all about who we know, we like, and we trust, right? Right down to that person at the grocery store that does my grocery shop bagging for me. It's like I like to know those people. So, Irina, first of all, I love your show. We're going to get into your story, but tell everybody about your show. First of all, I love the title. It's Love It or Shove It. And I was like, oh my God, how real is that? Tell me about the show and share that with everybody.
Yes, absolutely. So, yeah, that show was created over a year ago, and I'm a co host with my amazing partner and now love partner because we actually fell in love, Bruno Gill. And that's exactly what true manifestation is, because when we just came up with that idea to have that love it or shove it show, and it's all about just being authentic and really get deep in about love and relationship, because a lot of people are very much not knowing how to navigate it. And we were like, okay, let's bring the people who can talk about intimacy, who can talk about, from different perspective, communication, how to up level your love game. And that's exactly how that partnership started. And we enjoy every moment of it because every week we come up with different episodes and they get juicy and there is something for everyone.
Absolutely. There's something for everyone, and it's a frank, real conversation. Now you're spending a lot of, you're focusing on life after divorce and love after divorce, right? What started that?
Well, just to take people back, when I actually discovered my purpose and passion. They say that pain, what we are going through, our pain is our purpose. 6 years ago, I was on the verge of the divorce, and that was a wake up moment for me because before I was like living as a lot of people living, just navigating the life in 3D reality, thinking everything is dandy and fine until like we had this conversation with my ex now husband, and he said, like, I want the divorce. And I remember my ground was shaken
I
beyond
bet.
yes, underneath me. I felt completely lost. I felt like I did not even know where to turn for help because obviously I didn't know anything about the coaching. I didn't know that there is something like that amazing is out there. And I was dealing with all my emotions. I felt so lonely. And for me, But I was still remembering like all great things that we had together. Not that I became like, okay, he did this and he did that. I was still bringing the images of how it was awesome for us to be together. And unconsciously, I manifested our marriage back in 10 months. Although from the outside, he already filed for divorce, the papers were with the court. From the outside perspective, it looked like it's just impossible. But because of my faith and because of the energy that I was directing to that, I just manifested that marriage back. And we had this
Wow.
one conversation where he called me back and he said, "Hey, let's just talk and see if we can make it work out." And that was the time, that was that awakened moment when I said to myself, there is something out there that I want to understand, that it truly works and can create our desires and can manifest. Well, I didn't know about the word manifest at that time. I
Right.
was like, let me see what this is all about. And that's when I started my path of self discovery and understanding who am I. I was learning about my gifts. I was learning about my talents, and I really felt very connected for the esoteric. I started to get the reports from numerology, from astrology, and the more I was deepened into that, the more it like sparked my curiosity. And I found out that by human design, I'm manifest generator, meaning that I can manifest quickly things. And I was like, okay, this is the gift. And that's when I was still in the corporate world, but when I lost the job during the pandemic, I was like really searching what exactly can I do with my life. And again, it's just I manifested that business because I did not know what I'm going to do. All I had just the vivid image. I'm somewhere on the beach. I'm picking up my laptop and I'm just sitting, opening it up, and I'm working. What exactly I was doing, I had no clue. But I had such a vivid picture of it that I would come back to it every day, until one day my daughter came to me and said, "You know what? I can't study by myself online. Hire me the therapist." And I did not know any therapist. We reached out for our dance teacher, and she said she doesn't need the therapist. I have this amazing woman. She's a life coach. And Trish, that was the first time in my life that I heard the word of life coach. I was like, who are these people? So I Googled up and I was like so connected. I just saw myself in that description. Not only I hired this woman for my daughter who made a phenomenal progress, but I also went on, got my certification with Mary Morrissey, one of the best, people.
Right. Wait,
And
wait. Mary
yeah,
Morrissey? You said Mary Morrissey? Wow, that's great. She's
yes,
amazing.
absolutely. And now I'm just, like, okay, another proof of manifestation out of the blue, just because I was directing my focus and energy and I was searching for the answers. That's exactly how I was able to manifest it, right?
Yeah.
Now, then, as I'm growing and developing, my husband at that time, he was still where he was. And I started to feel that gap. I started to feel the gap because if we are not growing, we are just, like departing from each other. We are
Right.
getting even more apart, right? And then he really didn't understand what exactly I was doing. He felt like I'm in
Wait, give me a
some kind
second.
of.
Give me a second. So 6 years ago, you were on the verge of divorce.
Then I
Then
manifested it back,
you manifested it back,
right?
and then you left your job in 2020.
Right. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then you hired the life coach sometime around that time.
Yes, for my daughter. And meantime, I went on and got my certification in September of 2021 with Mary.
And then you started your life coaching business right then and there. And you
Yes,
manifested a business that's doing well and successful.
absolutely. Doing amazing.
Well, tell
Yes.
everybody, what did you do before you were a manifestation superstar?
Awesome. Yeah, great question. So before I was an accountant. Can you
Ah,
imagine? Yes, it's like from, like I did not use much of my creativity. I was just doing the books and I was just, like, okay, it was a good job, but at the same token, it didn't fulfill me, right? And I am that person. I love to talk, I love to be out and about. And the worst was, I do not like to be told what to do.
whoa, I don't blame you. Me
Yeah,
neither. So
and
now
that's
you,
exactly.
yeah, that's exactly what you were doing. You were in a job where somebody was telling you what to do all day long.
Yes. But Trish, you know what? I just wanted to add on something, because we always have that longing inside of us, because our soul wants something more, right? So I wanted to have my business maybe like 10 years ago, but I always came back to my circumstances. Okay, what is my degree? So this is like, I can open the accounting services, but this was not something that would just, give me the life. And that's
Right.
why I just pushed it back. But I was so limited in what actually I can do, because I was not knowing about the coaching. I didn't know about manifesting and all these things, that it doesn't matter what your circumstances are or your conditions, because you can actually create whatever you want from the energy that we are all having.
You know what's really cool for anyone, any of us who are out here listening, who are in the coaching world, some kind of a coach, a health coach, a life coach, whatever. We all in this world think everybody knows about coaches. Everybody knows
Mhm.
there's life coaches. Everybody knows that you don't have to go to therapy. You can go to an alternative, hypnotherapy, life coaching, all of those things. But those of us in this industry think everybody knows it. Everybody understands
Mhm.
there's a life coach. And it was only 4 years ago that you found out there was such a thing as life coaches. So life
Yes.
coaches, business coaches, real, health coaches realize that not everybody knows what you do and not everybody understands how you make a difference. They're used to that natural paradigm of a psychiatrist, a psychologist, or someone who can help you get through. But there's so many other ways. And Irina, you found the way. So how did manifesting show up? I mean, what did you do? You just wished that your marriage would get better and you took the steps to do it. Like, how did this happen for you? How did you turn around a man who wanted a divorce to let's see what we can do? And here we are.
Mm-hmm. That's
How did
such a
you do
great
that?
question. Yeah, such a great question. First of all, you have to have the burning desire. It's part of what Napoleon Hill teaches in his book, Think and Grow Rich. You have to have the burning desire, something that you become unstoppable, that, no setbacks, no failure is going to stop you to go after something that you truly desire. Because, if you have that strong desire, you are going to continue going in the direction that you want. Because remember, we do not have to create anything. Everything what we want is already here, because the first law of thermodynamics states that the energy cannot be created or destroyed. It's already here, but we have to tap to that frequency or that reality in order to have it, right? So just because we want something really deeply, we already have it, but now we have to do the work. And that is the rigorous work, that inner work, right? Where we have to manage our mind, because our mindset is 95% of our success. Because when we wake up and live in that fear, oh my God, what does my bank account tell me? Oh my God, I'm taking these, like business coaching and everything else, and still not generating what I want to generate. This is something that just you want to shift your focus on, right?
Right.
Focus, what I always tell, do not look at the, when it's going to manifest, be involved in the process. And every day ask yourself a question: how can I add the value to somebody's life?
How can I add value to somebody's life? So that is moving the focus from I'm concerned, I'm worried,
Mhm.
am I going, am I this? How can I add value to somebody's life? Puts the focus outside yourself.
Yes.
And that in and of itself helps to create a different energy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because I always say it's all about the energy, right? Our job when we talk about manifestation is to stay as much as we can on that higher frequency. So the more that we are staying at that high frequency, we are just training our mind to be there more and more and more, till the point that every day is just high frequency vibration. And what happens on the high frequency vibration? You start attracting everything on that frequency, right? The people, the opportunities, and everything just happens like a domino effect.
Love it. I love it. And you do workshops on this as well, right? You have your, I know
Yeah.
you do them ongoing. So the next one that you have coming up is Meet and Greet Your True Self. So tell us about that one.
Mhm. Oh my God, this is perfect, because a lot of times we do not understand what we want. And this is a good workshop just for you to kind of have the time for yourself. Just, gift yourself that 90 minutes of self-care, where I'll take you what is the area of your life that speaks to you the most, and we create the vision for it. And this is something that you start, because if you do not have the direction where you are going,
Right.
there is no wind in the favor of that sailor who doesn't have the destination. You do have to have that ending goal first before you embark on the journey.
And you don't have to know how you're going to get to the ending goal. Talk about letting go of the how. That's a big challenge.
This is perfect, because yes. And Trish, I do give a great example during our workshop why it doesn't matter for us to have that how, because how comes in the process, and all we have to know is just the next step. If we know the next step, then we'll figure out what is our next step, because we are the trailblazer, right? We are not taking the traditional path as everybody is teaching us to live the life. We want to experience the life to the fullest. That's why we rise up and we say, you know what? I am going to find my own path and I am going to be successful. And that's exactly what this is all about. Don't worry about how, because you are not the first one. And the way I always say, if it happens for one, it can happen for everyone.
Exactly. So as much as you're in your head thinking about how am I going to do it, how am I going to, the first step is, where am I going? Where do I want to be? And the how is going to show up while you take steps. That's it. So definitely register for the workshop. You can see the link there is lifepalette.net/meet and greet true self with dashes in between. Meet and greet true self with dashes in between. And again, it's Life Palette, LIFEPALETTE.net/meet and greet true self. So I love it. And this one's, I said, I know you do these often. When's your next one?
On the 14th of November, but they are like recurrent. So if somebody doesn't make it for that time, just check back the link and you'll see the updated date.
Yeah.
And people have amazing reviews, because some people are saying, thanks to your workshop, I just started like really understand what is going on in my life. Some people come like a year ago and then say, you know what, I wasn't ready to work with you at that time, but now I am, because I see the value in what you're doing. And people are creating phenomenal results. It's all about just stepping into your power and make the decision, because you are the one in charge of your life. It's not your partner, it's not your mother, it's not your friends. You are the one to make that decision for yourself. Yes, I want to up-level my life. Yes, I want to manifest great things in my life.
Yes, absolutely. And you've manifested a new love. So you rekindled your marriage 6 years ago, and then it was time to let it go again. And here you are in love again.
Yes.
Was that a deliberate manifestation? Did you deliberately want to move on from your marriage?
Yes, because I was constantly thinking about it. I was like, I was just saying that we are not, compatible anymore. And the more I was putting the attention to that, remember what we are putting our attention, the universe treats as our intention.
Yes.
And it starts to expanding and opening up. And the most miraculous thing, what happens with my co-host, with Bruno, is that my social media, who were just randomly direct messaging people on Instagram, reached out to him, and he replied. He's like, Irina, I see we are following each other. Let's have the conversation about email marketing. That's how everything started, because he was a copywriter at that time. And like I said, the universe has that magic way of bringing people together, if it's meant to be, and if you truly have the faith in it.
Yes, yes, yes. And if you've been trying to manifest, and it's not working, Irina has a report on why it's not her working. So tell everybody about that.
Yes, I have this amazing e-guide. It's called 6 Reasons Why Manifestation Doesn't Work. Because a lot of times we try to manifest, or we had just a little of success and we do not understand why, and we want to quit on it. So this free guide is a game changer. And we are confident it will transform the way you approach the manifestation. So why wait? Let's just click the link, and the missing links for successful manifestation is at your reach. just claim it and see what this is all about.
Yeah. And, it's so interesting. As soon as it's sort of like, okay, so you know how Google and Alexa and Siri, they're all really listening. And you start to talk about something that you want. And the next thing you know, it's coming up in your Facebook feed or it's coming up on your Google promos. Same thing. When you set your intention on something, it's like Google and Alexa are listening, and all of a sudden you're going to see things come up. And it's about being aware that those things are there, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. And I just wanted to throw a little bit of science into that because some people might still be in that, like a skeptical conversation with themselves. There is such a thing called reticular activating system. And it's always with us, but because we have so many thoughts, it's impossible for us to process everything. So reticular activating system just acts like the filter. Whatever we focus our attention, it's going to bring our way. And if you ever went to the dealership, Trish, and you can just agree with me on that, if you were shopping for the new car or to lease a new car, let's say you walk into that dealership and you try that white Mercedes, you just, test the drive, and then you say, okay, I have to sleep on it, and tomorrow I'll get back to you with the answer. As soon as you just hit the road, all of a sudden, you look left, you look right, everywhere you see these white Mercedeses. It's not because they were not there, but because your reticular activating system now activated, because this is something that becomes important to you. And I just wanted to notice for a lot of people, they put too much importance into fear, into self-doubt, into negativity. That's why they manifest more of it, because what you focus on, you will experience the evidence of it.
Absolutely. What you focus on expands.
Exactly.
And that's so. If you were to leave our guest today with one thought to move forward to manifest, what would that be?
That's a great question. Just listen to your heart. Do not give the authority to your logical mind, because logical mind finds gazillion of reasons why you shouldn't do something. Listen to your heart, because your heart already has the answer and it guides you successfully.
I love that. Irina, thank you so much for being with us today. I so appreciate you. Be sure to go to lifepalette.net and get your free webinar on the meet and greet true self. And also be sure to jumpstart your manifestation and get the 6 reasons why they don't work, so that you can make sure that you're doing the right things. And that's also at lifepalette.net. Irina Portnova, you are an amazing woman. You've turned your life around and you show other people how to do the same. I so appreciate you. Irina is one of the amazing Women's Prosperity Network members who's out in the world making a massive positive difference with her services and what she does. Be sure to come to our website, get started with your membership for free, and let's get going, because women like Irina are changing the world, and that's what you're doing too. Let's get together, because together we expand our reach exponentially. Irina, thank you so much.
And I just wanted to add, I enjoy your Women's Prosperity Network community. It's amazing. I've made phenomenal progress since I started with you a year ago. And it all shows up, because if we really want to grow, we have to be evolving, right? And we have to seek that help. Just find that beautiful opportunity at your place. Just come, and I love our coaching classes. I love our networking. I love the women that are part of your beautiful community.
Yes, thank you so much. And I'm so happy that you are part of our community as well. Thank you for your contribution. Thank you for who you are. Thank all of you for being here with us on the Be Real, Get Real podcast. Irina, thanks for opening the curtain and showing everybody who you are, the real you. I appreciate you. Have a fantastic rest of your day, everybody. We'll see you again on another episode of Be Real, Get Real. Bye-bye.
Thank you.